Hello all my dear chemists and scientists. I am Kamal Pradhan. What's up guys? I think you all are fine to see my videos. In all the videos of my channel, you will get two-in-one profit. First, what everyone wants to get, that is the knowledge. And the second, what every students want to get, that is to secure the maximum number of marks in the examination. To get the knowledge, I will teach you the basic concept of each topic, whereas to secure the desired maximum number of marks in the examination, I will teach you the point-to-point note making in a simple way with an interesting method. So, please support, like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for which you will get the notification of my next video. In this video, I am going to discuss all about the coordination compounds. In coordination compound, we will study about the basics of coordination compounds, normal salts, double salts, complex compounds, difference between the coordination compounds and the double salts, important terms of coordination compounds, rules of naming for the coordination compounds, Warner's theory of coordination compounds, isomerism in coordination compounds, valence bond theory, and lastly, the crystal field theory. For the simplification of the chapter, I have classified the chapter into three parts. In part 1, we will study about the basics of coordination compounds. So now, let's start. Coordination chemistry is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of all about the coordination compounds or complex compounds. Coordination chemistry is the branch of chemistry that deals with the study of all about the coordination compounds or complex compound. Now, what is coordination compounds or complex compounds? Coordination compounds or complex compounds contain a central metal atom or ion surrounded by a number of neutral molecules or oppositely charged ions which are coordinated with it through the coordinate bonds. Coordination compounds or complex compounds contains a central metal atom or ion surrounded by a number of neutral molecules or ions which are coordinated with it through the coordinate bonds. The main applications of coordination compounds are in the industrial sector, that is for sustaining of hard water, electroplating, dyeing, etc. Next is the normal salt. What is normal salt? Remember student, point to point, point to point. This is very important. The salt prepared by the replacement of one or more replaceable hydrogen atom of an acid by one or more metal atom. Once again, the salt prepared by the replacement of one or more replaceable hydrogen atom of an acid by one or more metal atom is called normal salts. Alternatively, we can say a salt is a compound formed by the neutralization of an acid by a base in addition to water. For example, hydrogen atom of hydrochloric acid can be replaced by metal atom like sodium, potassium, and normal salts like sodium chloride, potassium chloride are formed. Similarly, hydrogen atoms of sulfuric acid can be replaced by metal atoms and formed two types of normal salts like NaHSO4 and Na2SO4. Hydrogen atoms of phosphoric acid can be replaced by metal atoms and formed three types of normal salts like NaH2PO4, Na2HPO4 and Na3PO4. A normal salt which is formed by the complete neutralization of a strong acid and a strong base provides almost neutral solution with a pH equal to 7. For example, neutralization of HCl and NaOH to form salt like sodium chloride NaCl. An acidic salt is formed by the neutralization of a strong acid and a weak base and has the pH less than 7. For example, neutralization of HCl and NH4OH to form salt NH4Cl. NH4Cl is an acidic salt. A basic salt is prepared by the neutralization of a weak acid and a strong base and has the pH more than 7. For example, neutralization of CH3COOH and NaOH to form CH3COONA. Here, CH3COONA is a basic salt. Normal salt gets completely dissociated in aqueous solution into its constituent ions. Now, what is double salt? Point to point student, point to point. Remember, point to point note making is very important. Double salt is prepared by mixing two simple salts in equimolar proportion and then dissolving in water. Some common examples of double salts are potash alum, and the formula is K2SO4 Al2SO4 whole 3 24H2O. Another example of double salt is more salt, and the formula is FeSO4 NH4 whole 2SO4 6H2O. Carnallite is also a double salt, and the formula is KCl MgCl2 6H2O. Double salts lose their identity while dissolving in water or any other types of solvents and break into their simple ions. For example, potash alum in aqueous solution gets dissociated into 2K plus ion, 2Al3 plus ion, 4SO4 2 minus ion and 24H2O. Now we will study about the complex compound. Complex compound is formed by mixing the solution of two compounds in a definite molar proportion. Remember, complex compound is formed by mixing the solution of two compounds in a definite molar proportion. Complex compound retain its identity when dissolved in water or any other types of solvents. The complex compound formed has the properties completely different from the constituent compounds. For example, when excess of ammonium hydroxide is added to copper sulfate solution, we get deep blue colored tetraamine copper second sulfate complex. A coordination compound contains a central metal atom or ion surrounded by a number of ions or neutral molecules within the brackets, and it is called the coordination sphere, and it is non-ionizable. The species which are present outside the square bracket or coordination sphere are ionizable. For example, in potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN whole 6, we get the test for K plus ion, but we do not get the test for Fe2 plus ion. However, coordination complexes are of two types. First is perfect coordination complexes and second is imperfect coordination complexes. Imperfect coordination complexes like AgNH3 whole 2 plus diamine silver 1 ion dissociates into constituent ions in solution, whereas perfect coordination complexes never do so. Perfect coordination complexes are of three types. First is cationic complexes, second is anionic complexes, and third is neutral complexes. Now, what is cationic complexes? The complex ion which carry a net positive charge is called cationic complex. For example, NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus ion. Another example is CrNH3 whole 6 3 plus ion. Next, what is anionic complex? The complex ion which carry a net negative charge is called anionic complex. For example, FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion. Another example is FeCN whole 6 3 minus ion. Now what is neutral complexes? The complex which do not carry any charge is called neutral complex. For example, NiCO whole 4. Another example is COCl3 NH3 whole 3. Now we will study what are the differences between the coordination compounds and the double salts. First point is coordination compounds exist in solid as well as liquid state. Double salt exists only as solid state and breaks into its constituent ions when dissolved in water or any other types of solvents. Second point is the properties of complex compounds are completely different from its constituent compounds, but the physical and chemical properties of a double salt is same as the physical and the chemical properties of the constituent compounds. Third point is in a complex compound, metal ion exhibit more than its normal valency, but in double salt, metal ion exhibit its normal valency. These are the differences between the coordination compounds and the double salts. Now we will study about the important terms of coordination compounds. The most important term is ligand. Point to point student. Remember, point to point note making is very important. So I am giving you the most important points. The ions or molecules capable of donating at least a pair of electrons to the central metal atom or ion in the formation of coordination compound are called ligands. Remember, once again, the ions or molecules capable of donating at least a pair of electrons to the central metal atom or ion in the formation of coordination compound are called ligands. An atom of a ligand which donates a pair of electrons to the central metal atom or ion is called the donor atom. The central metal atom is called ion acceptor. The most common donor atoms in a ligand are nitrogen and oxygen, and less common donor atoms are arsenic and phosphorus. For example, in the complex CrNH3 whole 6 3 plus, Cr3 plus is the central metal ion and NH3 molecules are the ligands. Next, we will study about the types of ligands. First is unidentate or monodentate ligands. If a ligand contains one donor atom, it is called as unidentate ligand. If a ligand contains one donor atom, it is called as unidentate or monodentate ligand. If ligand contains one donor atom, then it is called as unidentate or monodentate ligand. Unidentate ligands are of three types. Unidentate ligand containing one lone pair of electron. This is the first type. An example of unidentate ligands containing one lone pair of electrons are NH3, aliphatic amine, etc. The second type of unidentate or monodentate ligand is unidentate ligands containing two lone pair of electrons like ROR, NH2 minus, etc. And third type is unidentate ligands containing three lone pair of electrons like Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, N3 minus, etc. Next is polydentate ligand. When a ligand has two or more donor atoms which may simultaneously coordinate to central metal atom, then it is called polydentate ligand. Remember, when a ligand has two or more donor atoms which may simultaneously coordinate to central metal atom, then it is called polydentate ligand. Next is bidentate ligand. When a ligand has two donor atoms which may simultaneously coordinate to central metal atom, then it is called bidentate ligand. Bidentate ligands are of two types. First is symmetrical bidentate ligand and second is unsymmetrical bidentate ligand. Symmetrical bidentate ligands are those which have two same coordinate groups like ethylene diamine. Unsymmetrical bidentate ligands are those which have two different coordinate groups, like glycinate ion. Next is chelating ligand. This is very important. When a bidentate or polydentate ligand is attached by two or more donor atoms to the same central metal ion forming a ring structure, the ligand is called chelating ligand. Remember, when a bidentate or polydentate ligand is attached by two or more donor atoms to the same central metal ion forming a ring structure, the ligand is called chelating ligand. The complex compound formed by chelating ligands are called chelate compounds. The process of the formation of chelate compounds is called chelation. Complex compounds formed by chelating ligands are more stable than compounds of monodentate ligands. It is due to chelating effect. The increasing stability of complex due to chelation is called chelating effect. The increasing stability of complex due to chelation is called chelating effect. Chelating ligands like ethylene diamine, which do not contain double bond, form 5-membered stable ring, whereas chelating ligands like acetyl acetone, which contains double bond, form 6-membered stable ring. Ligands with large size group form unstable rings than the ligands with smaller groups due to steric effect. Next, what are the importance of chelates? First is in the subtaining of hard water. Second is in qualitative analysis. Third is in the separation of lanthanides and actinides, that is the F block elements. And fourth point is in quantitative analysis for the estimation of nickel, manganese and copper. These are the industrial uses of chelates. Next is the ambidentate ligand. This is an interesting ligand. The ligands which have two or more different donor sites, but only one of these is attached to a single metal atom at a given time are called ambidentate ligand. For example, thiocyanate. In this ligand, sulfur is coordinated with the central metal atom. In isothiocyanate, nitrogen is coordinated with the central metal atom. Another example is NO2. In this ligand, if nitrogen is attached or coordinated to the central metal atom, then it is called nitro group. If oxygen is attached or coordinated to the central metal atom, then it is called the nitrito group. Next is bridging ligands. What is bridging ligands? A bridging ligand is defined as the one that can simultaneously bond itself to more than one metal ion, like OH minus, Cl minus, NH minus, etc., can function both as monodentate and bridging ligands. Next, we will study about the coordination number. The coordination number of the central metal atom or ion is defined as the total number of coordinate bonds formed with the central metal atom or ion by the ligands. Once again, the coordination number of the central metal atom or ion is defined as the total number of coordinate bonds formed with the central metal atom or ion by the ligands. For example, in the complex ion CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus, the coordination number of copper is 4. It means there are 4 unidentate ligands are coordinated with the central metal atom, that is copper. Next is the coordination sphere. The central metal atom and ligand attached to it directly are enclosed in square bracket and are called coordination sphere. Remember, this central metal atom and the ligands attached to it directly are enclosed in square brackets and are called coordination sphere. coordination sphere behaves as a single constituent unit and is non-ionizable. The ionizable groups are present outside the square bracket in the complex compound. For example, in compound CuNH3 whole 4 Cl2, CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus forms coordinate sphere. CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus forms coordination sphere and is non-ionizable, and two chlorine atoms are ionizable as it is present outside the square bracket. For example, in compound CuNH3 whole 4 Cl2, CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus forms coordination sphere and is non-ionizable, and two chlorine atoms are ionizable as it is present outside the square bracket. Next is coordination polyhedron. The spatial arrangement of the ligands which are directly attached to central metal atom or ion is called coordination polyhedron. Once again, the spatial arrangement of the ligands with the spatial arrangement of the ligands which are directly attached to central metal atom or ion is called coordination polyhedron. Next is oxidation state or oxidation number. It is defined as the number that represents an electric charge which an atom or ion has or appears to have when combined with other atoms. Once again, it is defined as the number that represents an electric charge which an atom or ion has or appears to have when combined with other atoms. For example, oxidation number of copper in the complex CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus is +2, but coordination number of copper is equal to 4 in this complex. In order to find the oxidation number of central metal atom or ion, we have to know the oxidation number of neutral ligands like H2O2, pyridine, NH3, ethylene diamine, CO, NO is equal to 0. The oxidation number of negative ligands like Cl minus, Cn minus, Br minus, I minus is equal to -1. And the oxidation number of positive ligands like K plus, Na plus is equal to +1. Next is charge on the complex ion. What is the charge on the complex ion and how the charge of the complex ion can be calculated? The charge carried by the complex ion is the algebraic sum of charge carried by central metal ion and the charge of the ligands which are coordinated to the central metal ion. The charge on the complex ion should be the algebraic sum of charge carried by central metal ion and the charge of the ligands which are coordinated to the central metal ion. Next is effective atomic number or EAN. In the process of complex formation, the ligands are added until the total number of electrons on the central metal atom or ion plus electrons donated by ligands become equal to atomic number of nearest noble gas. In the process of complex formation, the ligands are added until the total number of electrons on the central metal atom or ion plus electrons donated by ligands become equal to the atomic number of nearest noble gas. Effective atomic number is calculated by the formula capital Z minus small x plus 2 into small n, where capital Z denotes atomic number of central metal atom or ion, small x denote the oxidation number of central metal atom or ion, and small n denote the coordination number of central metal atom or ion. For example, effective atomic number of NiCO whole 4 can be calculated by using this formula Z minus x plus 2n. Here we can get Z equal to 28, which is the atomic number of nickel. Oxidation number of nickel is 0, and here coordination number of nickel is 4. So effective atomic number is equal to 28 minus 0 plus 2 into 4, which is equal to 36. This is all about the basic concept of coordination compounds or complex compounds. Next, we'll study about the naming of the coordination compounds or complex compound and different types of theory regarding to coordination compound or complex compounds. Thank you.